Hey guys, how y'all doing? You guys already know it's Granna. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Hope you had a chance to get out and just enjoy the weekend. But we're gonna go ahead on and hop into this conversation. It's been over what 2 weeks now, going on 2 weeks. Well, at least that long for Carlee Russell to return home. Now you guys know I did do a video about her when she came up missing and called the police and talking about she saw the baby on the side of the road and all this kind of stuff. During that video, my heart went out to her, and I definitely wanted this to be true and wanted her to be found, healthy, safe. And right after I did that video, I just had to wrap my mind around it. From that point, she shows up at home. She walking through the woods. She made her way back home. It's just crazy. It got crazier from that point on. Okay. And like I said, I wanted to give Carlee the benefit of the doubt because I was hoping she understood the total impact of this allegedly abduction that she had put out there, and had everyone really, on her side and wanting her to be, recovered and everything. So I really, even before she actually showed back up, people on social media was already going crazy and talking about, all kind of stuff. How could this be? There's other cars passing by, and you can see these other cars passing by, and nobody else saw this baby and all this kind of stuff. But in my mind, I still wanted to give her the benefit of the doubt. And in my mind, I'm trying to rationalize it, saying that, hey, if this is not what she said, then this young lady must have some type of mental issue, or there must be something going on with her. But then the more I thought about it, well, after she got back and they took her to the hospital and she started telling them her version of what had happened, and then the police chief comes on and tell everybody, this is nationwide now, this is getting covered nationwide, and he's telling everybody what Carlee had said to them happened. That was it. It just went out the back door for me. And I started thinking, like, what the hell were you thinking? Why would you do this? Because clearly she did not think this thing out clearly, and clearly she did not understand or even care to understand the impact this would do to her family, her community, and just people nationwide, because people nationwide was on alert and trying to make sure this young lady made it back home. So it just got crazy. I mean, she definitely, they say she did research beforehand and searching these different sites and all this and that, but she didn't do the right research. And I feel like she absolutely needs to be held accountable for her actions. Now, she has lawyered up. She's got a lawyer from the last thing I heard, because I really been kind of stepping away and letting her lawyer do all the talk for her. And I'm pretty sure her family's still there too. They probably was the ones that kind of put it in her, bug in her ear, like, you need to get a lawyer, and we need to, put this out here. We need to just go ahead and put everything out here. So I think I heard that they were saying that the chief of police was going to get with the prosecutors and see, what type of legal action they can take against her and everything. And like I said, I'm all about right is right and wrong is wrong, and regardless of who it is. And I say, this is a young lady, 25, 26 years old, that has brought all this commotion into her life. She created all this. She created it. And then there is her boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, or whatever he is, allegedly, on social media, asking social media to stop cyberbullying her about this situation. But you guys already know, when it comes to social media, once you put stuff out there and once social media get a hands on it, it's like a wildfire. It's very hard to put out, and sometimes you cannot put it out because it's spreading so fast. So for anyone, for him to come out now and want people to stop, cyberbullying her, that's not going to happen. I mean, I have seen some things on there that was funny as hell, And then I have seen some things on there that's just cruel and rude. But this is what she opened up. She opened up this can of worms for her to get this type of reaction from the public, from the nation, you know. So she opened this up. Now, do I still think that Carlee might have some mental things going on? Very possible. Very, very possible. Do I feel like that should exclude her from being held accountable? Hell no, I do not. I feel like she should be held accountable for her actions because there are young women and young guys, boys out there that's coming up missing every day, and that's truly missing and do not get the televised awareness about it. They do not get nationwide awareness about it, and barely get any immediate local viewing about them being missing. And you know, families still looking for them, looking for their loved ones. And for her to draw all this attention to her for this hope that she came up with is just wrong. And it took away from, you know, other people getting that nationwide focus that she got. I mean, you have to give credit to the Birmingham Police Department and everyone that was involved. They immediately jumped on this and immediately did everything they could to try to figure out what was going on with her and where she was. And she basically was selfish. She was selfish as hell to not think about what all this was going to do to people. You know, do I feel bad about for her parents and her family? Yes, because if that was me, I would feel some kind of way. But then on the flip side, you still want to be there to support your child, you know. But if it was me on the flip side, being in the background, my child would be basically catching a lot of hell from me, because I would definitely be saying some things that I would be on her ass about this, and why would you do this? There would definitely be a lot of questioning to her. So yeah, I believe Carlee Russell should be held accountable. I believe that whatever they're going to figure out and do with this $60,000 GoFundMe need to be given back to the people that contributed to it. I mean, when they make these donations through this GoFundMe, they have to have these people personal information for them to put this money into these GoFundMe's account. So that money need to be given back to everyone that contribute to it. They talking about they trying to figure out what they're going to do with this GoFundMe. Hell, give it back to the people that gave it to her, because she surely do not need it and should not have any contact of getting it or anything. Her family don't need it. They shouldn't keep that money for no type of legal service or anything like that. They do not deserve to have that money. That money needs to be given back to the people that contribute to it. You know, I hadn't seen anything yet or seen anyone where she actually came out and apologized, or through her lawyer, she apologized, said she was sorry, she made it all up. The shit went to the left when she started talking about this man that abducted her, had orange hair and a bald head. This is Bozo the Clown. Come on, Carlee. You know, you're going to get a lot of slack. She's going to get a lot of slack from behind this, and it's probably not even over yet. But that's something that she also got to be mentally prepared to get. And her family and whoever close to her, they can't get upset when people is out here on social media expressing their thoughts about this situation, about this allegedly abduction. I mean, it's not allegedly anymore, pretty much, because she's came out through her lawyers and said it was a hoax, that she made everything up. She made it all up. So for her to get the negative feedback that she's getting, that's part of it. That's a part of this situation that she has created. So she's going to continue to get negative feedback. And it's crazy, and it's not right, because, like I said, it takes away from focus from people that's actually has been abducted, people that's actually has never found their family members and probably, won't find their family members. You got people that's been looking for their family members for years, and they haven't been able to find them. So, you need to think before you jump out here. I mean, everybody has common sense. And I think a lot of times when we make decisions as people, we make these decisions. And as soon as we make these decisions, we want to also put out there a little trace that it may be something mentally wrong with us. And there are people with mental issues. I'm not saying that. Anyone that has any type of mental issues, they definitely need to get the support, the professional support that they need. And like I say, I'm not saying this girl don't, but at this point in time, from me reading and seeing the different news report, I'm not 100% like I was before with her when it comes to the mental stability of her mind. When she was putting all this together, she had enough sense to put all this together. But I was, like I said, once again, I was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, because in my mind, I was thinking, if this is not true, Carlee, you're going to catch hell from behind this. You're going to catch hell. So I was trying to figure out myself. Hell, I ain't no professional. I'm not a psychiatrist or anything. But I was just trying to figure out in my mind to make it make sense that it had to be something wrong with her to do this. Just to do this. For what reason? They said it didn't have nothing to do with the boyfriend. And I mean, I guess they had all the stuff out there before saying he had cheated on her and this and that, but women get cheated on all the time. Men get cheated on all the time. And anything tragic that happens in your life, you have to figure out what's the best way to handle it for your peace of mind. And when you handle those tragic situations in a negative way, then there's going to be more negativity that's going to come with that. So you have to figure out a way to make better decisions, the better choices when something tragic happened to you, or you going through a situation and you don't, at the time, you don't see how you're going to get out of this situation. You have to think about it in a positive way, because if you do it in a negative way, this is what's going to happen. You do it in a negative way, you're going to get a negative feedback. You're going to get negative. You're not going to get nothing but negativity back. It's going to keep going and going and going and going. It's just like once you start telling a lie, you have to keep that lie up, because it's going to keep going and going and going. So that's just a little bit of what Granna think about this Carlee Russell situation. I don't know what her accountability is going to be. I feel like they need to get that money back to everybody that gave it. I feel like she definitely need to be held accountable. How the city of Birmingham Police Department and the defense attorney and all that decide to do that, the prosecutor, however they decide to do that, then that's what it is. She's going to have to be put on her big girl panties and handle that situation. Is it going to brand her and make her look bad? It's going to even mess up her future when it comes to a job, even getting into another relationship, or anyone truly want to trust her 100%, you know, after all this stuff kind of dies down. She's still going to have to deal with the consequences that come with this, which is probably going to be a lot of hard work on her half to even get back some of the positivity in her life that she can, because she's pretty much branding herself right now, and it doesn't look good for her. So, you know, to anyone out there that actually is going through a missing person situation with a loved one being missing or anything like that, or anyone out there that's actually are having some issues they don't know how to deal with mentally, my heart goes out to them, and they definitely should continue to get whatever help that they need. But Carlee, you was wrong, baby girl. You was wrong for doing this right here. And now you got to deal with the social media cyberbullying you and all this stuff. You open up this can of worms, so now you're going to have to stand up and face it head on and deal with it. And hopefully your family is there with you, but you have to deal with this, baby girl. You brought this all on yourself, okay? All right, that's all Granna got to say about this situation. I may come back and talk about it again, because it seems like every other day and every other week something's coming up. But most of the time when I hear about these stories, I try to, you know, let them marinate in my head before I get on here and try to gather information. I try not to take the first thing that comes out and run with it. I give it a week or so to see what other information is coming in. So that's why sometimes when I talk to y'all about a situation, it's a week or so after the situation, because usually there's more information that's still coming out. So I try to gather as much information as I can before I put my little opinion on it, my little 2 cents. And sometimes I know people feel like my 2 cents ain't about nothing, but that is my 2 cents on this situation, okay? All right, about to get up out of here. You guys have a great day. I will be back with you guys, and I'll check you out next time around.
you.